Currently here from Definitive Esports. I'm here with Snute. Earlier today you played against, in your group you finished second to White, who you managed to beat in a 2-1. How was your group? Did you find it easy? Did you find it hard?
I didn't find it easy really. I had White, who's really good, and I also had sort of a Swedish top 10 Grandmaster Zerg, I believe. So my group was really tough, and there was also a Finnish Master player Zerg.
Yeah.
Maybe in low jam. I didn't actually check his rank, but he was decent.
Okay, so how do you feel like progressing in this Dreamhack? Do you think you can do well and carry on doing well?
I don't know, time will tell, because my performance so far has been like really unstable. But that's usually how it is in tournaments. Like I often drop games because I do stupid things, but I also win a lot of games because because I'm somewhat unpredictable. Like against White, where I did the Baneling all-in in the game number 2 that he completely didn't expect. So even though it's a bit like I get a few rocky results, but it all depends on my mindset and my opponents and basically who I'm facing and what sort of state I'm in at the moment.
So you don't mind doing dangerous moves, all-ins?
Not at all, because people have certain patterns in the play, and sometimes I can exploit that. So if I can identify a pattern, I can easily respond because I play Zerg. So it's very easy to, for example, transition into an all-in from your current point. So yeah, I'm not really afraid. I'm a little bit more hesitant to do cheesy things like 10 pool all-ins in CVC, for example. I don't really do that as much as I used to. So I still try to mix in a little bit of cheese and all-ins.
So moving on from Dreamhack, you done well in the One Nation of Gamers tournament, beating players like Cass, Killer, Red. You've done really well there. How do you feel? Do you feel like that was one of your real good moments where you showed how well you can play, and I felt like that's where you really came through?
Yeah, definitely. The ONOG still stands as my top achievement. Recently I also qualified for the IPL 5. I won the European Regionals where I beat Happy, Cass, Slivko and Mouse Mana in the finals. So that's also one of my biggest achievements. But apart from that, the IPL qualifier, the ONOG was definitely one of my best achievements. And I'm not even sure if I played my best in those games. I feel like I can do even better. But it's definitely my best tournament run. Like I said previously, I'm really inconsistent, really unstable, and at that event or in that tournament, I managed to keep it up all the way to the end.
So that was an online tournament.
Yeah.
How do you find online tournaments? Do you like it because you can relax? You're in your own home, like comfortable?
I think so. I'm not as good as other players, maybe, at adapting to like a different, it sounds weird maybe, but adapting to a different chair, a different table, different monitor, different table height, things like that, and the noise, the surroundings, distractions, lights, people talking. So it's something I'm working on because I think it affects me a lot more than certain other players. So, but yeah, it definitely helps playing online tournaments. Like you have some players that are much better online than on offline events, and I'm one of them currently. But it's something I'm working on. It's by far much more comfortable to sit in your own home and at a setup that you've spent thousands of hours on, compared to something you haven't really tried that much.
So you're considered one of the premier Norwegian players. What do you think of this? Does you really get loads of fans cheering you on? Do you like all that stuff?
I have people in the Norwegian community cheering me on, and I'm really grateful for that. But the Norwegian scene in itself, compared to the Swedish one, for example, is really small. So, but I'm really grateful for the support I get, and there's always some Norwegians cheering for me, even some at the event here right now. Mm-hmm. So, it's good. It's good to have.
That's good. So. You started living in the Polish gaming house, the Ministry of Win, which has only recently been established. Yeah. How is it living there? Who are you best friends with? Who do you practice with? How many hours do you put in?
I've only stayed there for 2 weeks now, but I've been there with Cytoplasm. I shared a room with him, so we practice a lot as well. But it's really nice. I mean, it's a bit different from what I'm used to, because before, when I still was full-time, but I still lived in my own apartment, I was a bit more of a slacker. I used to sleep longer and wake up late, play late, and be somewhat more unhealthy, didn't exercise as much. But now that I'm practicing like 10 to 11, 12 hours a day, it really drains my energy. So I've started exercising and basically transitioned into a more healthy lifestyle, because I think that's what I need in order to be able to practice efficiently. So right now it's a little bit tough for me. Like when I came here, I was really tired. But over time, like in possibly a month or two, I should be in really good shape, be able to practice, stream a lot, and learn even faster than I have. But I mean, even if I was tired and probably overextending a bit with my practice before this event, I still feel like what I learned in the ministry has helped me win a lot of games here. For example, the third one against White, where I went for Miraling. I would never have done such a thing if it wasn't for my stay in Poland.
So I heard in an interview that because the wages and stuff were lower in like countries like Russia and say Poland, it's easier to become a pro gamer because you don't need as much to live on, and like the money you make from streaming and playing in tournaments is good. It means more. So do you think it's easier for players like yourself to go pro than it is maybe people living in the States or anywhere else?
I think it's a lot about what team you're on, your financial situation. I'm very lucky to get a lot of support for my stay in Poland from my team. So I don't have any concerns in regards to how much I need to, for example, stream or earn from tournaments. I can still have like this safety net where I can practice with. But yeah, of course, like in Norway, the problem about going pro in Norway or going full-time is because you have to pay rent, you have to pay food, transportation, all the daily things you need just cost so much. If you're good at keeping things down, it might be, maybe you can get away with living for 700, 800 euros a month. But even so, that's still really high, like compared to living in Poland, for example.
Yeah.
So for me and my team, it was a win-win situation, because I don't have to pay rent privately, and my team can also support me in the team house, and yeah, it's just better for everyone.
So going ahead, obviously you've showed that you're a really good player and you can look forward to the future. What's your ambitions for the future? What do you want to do? Win.
Yeah.
Which tournament would you like to win the most?
IPL 5, because that's one I qualified for now, and that's the one I'm looking most forward to. I feel like this Dreamhack came a bit sudden because there's been very many changes in my life the last few months. So I don't really expect to do too well here, because I'm still a bit tired. I'm still a bit exhausted from traveling and the hard practice in Poland. But I still want to win here, of course. But I think the IPL 5 is going to be one of my highest goals. And apart from that, I really want to go to an MLG, for example. And the ultimate dream would be to go to GSL and participate there. So those are my goals for 2012. The highest one is GSL. But yeah, I need to start at the bottom. I don't get to seed into Code S because I'm not a top player yet. But I really want to get to that stage where, for example, Stefano or Nanima are at right now. But it takes a lot of work for me.
So is the reason you want to go to GSL because it's the most prestigious and highest level, or is it because also the chance to live in Korea and practice there in that environment?
Yeah, I'd say both. Like living in Korea, apart from the food and stuff, I think living, as long as you're living in a gaming house, it's pretty much the same. But the food in Korea is obviously going to be a bit different. I think I would like to stay in Korea for maybe a month or two and practice there. Obviously, you get access to the Korean ladder as well. But yeah, I was in Korea for a month last year, and it's just really a really good place to be. Like if you're there with some friends and just chilling out, playing, practicing, it's a really good experience. So it's a part for the experience, and it's part because it's GSL. It's the current most prestigious tournament, and I really want to play with the best. So.
Okay, well, thank you for the interview. Is there any shout-outs you'd like to make to your team, to your sponsors, to your fans?
Yeah, shout-outs to my team, Team Gamers League, and our sponsors, mamos.no, and also shout outs to everyone who's cheering for me. It really helps. So, thanks.
Okay, good luck in Dreamhack.
Thanks.